This is just a little video on how to practice Prelude number 15 from the Pathfinder to the Harp by Carlos Salzedo and Lucille Lawrence. It's a sort of deceptive looking thing. It's not as easy as it looks. So there are a number of components. Of course, you've got the glissandos, and in the top hand, the glissando, you'll notice the top two are the same note. So you just play your second finger and don't worry if you end up on the E sharp, it's the same note. And the same thing at the bottom, it's the same note. So either one, you've got a little wiggle room there, but it has to be rhythmic. So, and then you practice the harmonics also by themselves, and remember that the C natural is going to be a bit lower, and when it comes back as a C flat, it's going to be a little bit higher. Okay, and they're marked where they're played where they sound, so you play them an octave below where they look. Now, with that little section there, you'll notice that the glissandos are faster because they are a little bit, they're dotted quarters as opposed to half notes. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. And I think I'm slightly rushing, so I have to be careful. I would practice this with a metronome to make sure you don't rush, like I think I just did. So you have this 1, 2, 3, and then you turn around in the top right in between 2 and 3. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. And remember, that's the end of the phrase, so you do want that B flat to be nice and quiet. Okay? So then I would practice the left hand by itself to get those phrases really nice and to get the hairpins, you know, the dynamics. Okay, now we're into bar 9, and you're back to normal notes. So these are not harmonics, but keep in mind again, that chord coming up is going to be cracked. So you have to watch out for your pedals. So here we are. So what I do with that when I think about the phrasing, there's a beautiful little melody hidden down there in the left hand. Okay, so you've done that. Your B flat, remember, is down here. It's not up there. So you have a bit of a jump. Now you're at bar 13. All right, so this is the same as the beginning, sort of, except now you start with the quiet one and you go to the louder one. So here we are. Now here, I'm just going to stop there for a second. So you have this cracked chord and it's got an A flat and you're coming from an A sharp. So you really have to practice getting from, I'm going to put my A sharp back down. You have the B flat here, and then you have to sneak it up through two slots. So as quickly as you can with your foot. And I would practice just doing that, just going from bar 20 to 21 in the left hand, just to get that pedal going nicely. So here we are. And it says raise hands very slowly. And then, in fact, you could even just put them down to the board or drop them or eventually, you know, do this. But the other thing you can do with the ending is you can use a D sharp in the left hand instead of the E because it's a little more comfortable. I mean, if you can do this, great, so can I, no problem. But it's a little more comfortable with the D sharp and it sounds exactly the same. The other thing you can do to make that easier for yourself is to place your right hand a little tiny bit early before that last bar. So you've come from all this and you're way down there. You can get this right hand on earlier and then look for the left. So I hope that helped, and if you have any questions, you can put them in there or message me, and hopefully I can answer your questions.